Best Reviews channel. I am Mrs. Best. Let's welcome in our blackened co-host. There you go. James from the Watch Your Mouth Reviews channel. Welcome in, James.
Hey. Sorry, I was cleaning my camera, so I was trying to, because I was looking a little blurry. So sorry about that. But hey, everybody, how y'all doing?
He wants to get everything clear. I love it.
Yes, that's right. Huh? That's because I look all clean, girl. I was nasty earlier. I had to take my nice hot bath right quick because I had me a day from hell today. So yes.
Not a day from hell. I still love that you take baths. But y'all be sure to check the link in the description of this channel, of this video, so that you can subscribe to James's channel, as well as other Black creators such as Shayna. She has 2 channels, Shayna MCD and Shayna MCD TV. We also listed my partner in crime and life, Oh So Best. He's going to have content coming as well. We gonna keep supporting anybody Black. If you Black, I support you. Speaking of Black, my Black ass decided to be on camera today. I had some feedback from you guys like, Mrs., are you still there? Are you alive? I am still here. I'm very much alive. I just don't be on camera because I don't be, how do you say, camera ready. But it is what it is. God damn it. I had to realize, like, I got to show myself sometimes. So we are here, but we're going to get into this episode of Basketball Wives. The New Queen Has Arrived was the title of it. Season 12, episode 9 of My Headache. We're going to get right on into it. So the episode starts with Denise, Ming, and Chantel. They all decided to meet up. Anytime these 3 get together, I've just in my head referred to them as 3 Stooges. I don't know what else to call them. They're stupid. The 3 Stooges, the 3 Musketeers, whatever it is. In fact, the 3 Stooges and 3 Musketeers might have more to offer than these heifers.
I was going to say, girl, you insulting them. Lord Jesus, because these heifers here.
I'm genuinely sick of them.
Right.
I'm sick of them. But Ming tells Chantel about how she got into it with Jackie. And Ming is not a part of their little 3 Stooges thing. That's the other one, Brittany, the angry one. But they pretty much sat down in this scene, y'all, and pretty much just talked about Jackie. It seemed for what was the whole scene. I said, y'all heifers don't have nothing else to talk about outside of Jackie. And it's weird because if you're talking about Jackie in the context of being concerned about Chantel, fine, I can understand that. But if you are just talking about Jackie because you guys claim to be so impacted, there's a difference between siding with your friend and riding for them versus just doing way too much. And in my opinion, they're doing way too much. So James, how did you feel about their little conversation? Well, actually, before I ask you your opinion, because more happened in that conversation.
I was going to say, yeah, you missing the part.
Denise let everybody know that Evelyn did them dirty. I was like, how did Evelyn do them dirty? Like, what does Denise know that we are all missing? Because Evelyn's messy, but Denise is kind of making me feel the need to defend Evelyn. She feels like Evelyn did the ladies dirty, basically, because she felt like she was fishing for a bone or information about Chantel, not because she's concerned about Chantel and Jackie's relationship, but because she just wants to be nosy and have something to throw back at Jackie because she didn't like the comment about the daughter. Ming announces a girls trip, which I know was the show because half of these women don't like Ming. And why would they go on a girls trip to Hawaii? But how do you feel about the scene as a whole, James? Because I'm annoyed with Denise.
Yeah, because Denise, I'm trying to figure out, you needed to expand on that. You needed to expand because to me, I kind of felt like, if anything, Evelyn had Chantel's back because she was willing to go at Jackie on behalf of Chantel. Like, if I'm remembering the fight correctly. So I don't understand what you're referring to. I think I needed you to expand on that because I'm like, Mrs. Best, did we miss something? Because I could have sworn the whole reason why Jackie and Evelyn got into it last episode was because Evelyn was inserting herself and trying to protect Chantel. Am I missing something?
I think Denise and them are realizing that they're not going to be able to argue with Jackie because Jackie won't engage, which is the right thing to do. I'm not talking to no new people about my relationship with people that's been around before I knew them. I'm just not, especially a mother-daughter relationship.
Right. And I'm not going to insert myself in anybody's business that ain't got nothing to do if I'm not sharing my own business, Denise, because we still don't know. what is your story? We still don't know.
All we know is that Denise got a baby by a man that's easy.
Right. That got his wild sold all up and down the Louisiana Purchase. But you want to just come on the show and be messy. I see why that man left you. I can see it. Yeah. I can see it now. I see it.
I feel like she's shallow and messy.
Yeah.
Most definitely shallow.
It's given you want to be here next season. And for me, it's given y'all are trying to pump Sean. Y'all are trying to take over the three of y'all. Y'all ain't slick. Y'all are trying to take over the show. And Chantel's trying to push her mama out because then that takes the attention off of Jackie and puts it on her. That girl ain't been more scared of Jackie than anything else. I know what I'm looking at. So she can be mad all she wants to, but you ain't scared of Jackie. You trying to push Jackie off this show. So therefore, it gives you an ounce to be on it because you're an actual basketball wife as opposed to two your knucklehead friends sitting next to you.
Baby mamas. By choice.
By choice.
There's a difference. Y'all, let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. James, don't make me chuckle. Chantel, we get to another scene, and Chantel is now saying that she doesn't know if she's going to go on the Hawaiian trip for the girls' trip with the ladies because of her mom. And I was thinking at this scene, like, why did you sign on to a show knowing that you and your mom did not have a relationship that was perfect? She signed onto the show as she said it from her mouth, since she liked to get mad at people for speaking our opinions on what the fuck she shows us on TV. For those who don't know, Chantel blocked me. I guess my mouth is lethal on the YouTube. I try to be nice, but you know.
To me, I don't feel like I feel like that's on behalf of me. I really don't feel like Mrs. Best did anything, but she probably couldn't find me on IG. So to block me, because I'm not really on IG like that.
He's not at all.
She probably, that was probably meant for me and Mrs. Best's cloud. That was good. I went in way harder than Mrs. Best did. Like my mouth was lethal. Go back and watch my mouth was lethal because I don't understand her. I don't understand her. I don't understand her logic. I don't understand. The only thing that makes sense to me is you're trying to push Jackie off her own show. Because let's be clear, without Jackie, there is no show.
I think that's a good point, because even if we look at it from the perspective of the scene we're going to discuss, Chantel doesn't have much to talk about outside of her mom. Well, she does, but she refuses to show it to us. And it looks like for some of it, we can't see because of legal reasons. So I give her a pass, but she doesn't know she's going to go on this trip. She has court coming up. She exposes that she's been in court for about 2 years to her first child's father. There's an issue because Chantel lets us know she doesn't live in LA. She lives in Arizona, which threw me off because her man plays somewhere else near that's far away from Arizona as well. But she wants to, I'm like, okay, but she lives in Arizona and she wants to be able to move her oldest child with her and her family to Los Angeles. And the daddy of that child is saying, heck no, I don't want her to relocate. And so she has to go in court to fight about all of this. I guess now the dad is questioning the paternity of the child and all this crazy stuff. Chantel wants her mom's support. But I'm going to say this. Don't fucking come on this show and tell us you want your mama's support no more. When your whole goal and your whole time spent on my television that I pay for has been your spoiled ass complaining about your mama. You place boundaries and say you don't want her in your life like that. You place boundaries to where she can't even see her grandkids like that, has not met your husband. But then in the same sentence, you're saying that you want your mom to be able to support you through that. But when she tries to support you, as we saw earlier, overbearing or not, that's what the fuck moms do, you didn't accept it. Then at the same time, it made me think when she was talking in this scene, like, wait a second, Chantel, you live in the same building as your mom. Your mama been there. You moved into the same building as your mom. Why do you run towards people that you don't want nothing to do with? Why do you run close to people and blur lines when you're clearly wanting to place boundaries? So I think she's full of shit, but you know.
It's given Jackie and Doug are paying for that apartment. And it's given, and to me, that will make it even more fucked up. And I'm gonna say allegedly to protect my friend channel. I think allegedly Jackie and Doug are paying for that apartment. And for me, that's even more fucked up for you to then come on this show and go at it with your mama, probably getting her financial assistance and needs. Because to me, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to me. And I would like literally, and that's why I think Jackie's so quiet, because Jackie probably don't want to expose that.
Jackie has made it clear from how she's handled the whole situation from the beginning, like she had some type of agreement with her daughter, and her intention was not to come on this show and badmouth her kid. She said it herself. I don't want to have no conversations about my daughter without her there. I don't want to. And this is the one time, like, I understand she's not been a good parent, but I don't think that she was that parent to Chantel, which we'll get to later, but I'm annoyed with Chantel as a whole. Moving forward, y'all, Ty and Evelyn meet up, and Ty basically says that she learned from Brittany that Denise and the three minions are now out to get Evelyn. They have cut Evelyn out. They don't like her. Ty, I did appreciate her calling Chantel, Brittany, and Denise out for being problematic. She said in her confessional, she's like, if you have an issue with one, then the other two come attack you and all this crazy stuff. And I was glad she said that, because like, if I'm just thinking of it how I grew up or anything like that, if I'm walking with a girlfriend and she gets into a fight and it's a one-on-one fight, I'm gonna let her be. I'm not gonna just jump into it, right? That's how it should be. These heifers opposite, they literally operate the exact opposite of that. And they come off as mean girls and bullies. They just do. And perpetrators in hijabs. I'm still here for Jackie saying, and are you having some drinks? What's under your hijab? I'm still here for Jackie with that. But these women are problematic. Evelyn makes the comment that Denise assumed and made up a story, which she did, in my opinion, because I'm like, y'all was just cool with Evelyn. Now y'all mad at Evelyn, and you're mad at her just off the strength of what Denise said. And their loyalty is weird because they all just met each other. So I'm like, why are they even doing this to each other? But Evelyn wants to have a conversation with Chantel away from the rest of the women, which I think is smart. But I also find it interesting because it's like, Evelyn, if you calling somebody else out, you feel the need to do it in front of everybody. But when you need to save yourself or make sure you get in right with people, now you want to talk in private. So this is the one situation I don't like Evelyn, but I'm on her side. I don't think she did nothing to them girls. If anything, she was fighting for the same thing with them.
She didn't. Like, when we look at the actual situation in hand, she didn't do anything to those girls, or what Denise is alleging her to do. You know, because I can't say that it was for sure, because we don't know what it was that Denise saw or Denise heard. You know, she just speculated some things. So I just feel like, to me, I'm not saying Evelyn's a victim, but I'm saying I feel like they pointed the wrong man out, is my opinion. I don't feel like Evelyn was this ringleader of trying to expose some deep, dark family secret. I don't think Evelyn is trying to expose any bad behavior between Chantel or probably even Jackie. I think she's just calling a spade, and I think it just backfired.
I agree with that. Also, Evelyn exposed Jackie years ago. Right. Or the type of parent that she is. So we don't need much more. But these girls don't think. They are famous for opening their legs and dropping it low. That's, I mean, it's the truth. Next thing we see is Ming meet up with Jackie. And we learn that black is truly Jackie's official color. I'm going to go off camera because it's blurry. Ming lets Jackie know that Brittany, Chantel, and Denise do not mess with Evelyn no more. They have kicked her off of the island. They do not want to deal with her in any way. Jackie makes it clear that she is not going to talk about Evelyn's daughter. She said she's only going to talk about Shanice if Evelyn talks about Chantel, which Jackie has made it very clear to Evelyn. You mind your business about your kid, and I'm going to mind mine about mine. But Evelyn wants to go against that. So this is the one season they're trying real hard to paint Jackie out to be a bad person, but they've painted nothing and made us aware of nothing that we didn't already know about Jackie. They're telling us a bunch of old shit and kind of just being mean for no reason. But right. How did you feel about Ming and Jackie's meetup in the colors?
I don't agree that black is Jackie's color. I just think she wears it nicely because it's the easy color to wear nicely. I feel like they needed to try harder with that. Jackie looked like she needed to wear like orange or, probably a yellow dress, just something that will brighten up her spirit. Like, I'm sick of the Morticia Adams, as I told y'all. It does not look good on every woman, and Jackie's been doing this way too long. We need to see her in another color. And as far as Mean goes, I had saw Mean walking down the street. I was dropping Gio off this morning. I dropped Gio off this morning, and I had saw Mean walking down the street. And I wanted to get a selfie with her, but they say you can't approach her too quickly because then she might run and attack you. So therefore, I couldn't get my selfie with Mean, y'all. I tried. I really did, but she was just running up the street, leading the pack. I said, look at me. Look at me.
I cannot with you.
Man, girl, shit. I was really trying to get a selfie. I said, look at me. And I was going to show y'all. Next time, I'm going to try. It's going to be too close to me because, as I said, the attack here in Phoenix. But I'm telling you, but Mean was walking right down over there. And I said, Lord, look at me. Look at me. Just leading the pack. It was leading her herd of people. I said, look at that. Look at there. Miss Bess, why you go on camera?
I'm cracking up. I'm so sorry. I'm cracking up. I just cannot. For those who don't understand, there are javelina pigs running around most of the South, but especially Arizona. Ming does look like one. Google it. That's all we'll say.
Yeah, I'll put how you spell it in the chat. That way y'all will Google it correctly, because don't nobody know how to spell that shit. I don't know who came up with it. What white person came up with this, but hey.
I cannot. So Chantel, Brittany, and I keep forgetting Denise's name. That's what the pause is. They all meet up. Chantel announces the results from her court hearing. The judge allowed her to relocate her child, which we figured that they would do if she's the primary breadwinner and who the child is with physically constantly. We also learned that they've added Brandy to their no like list. They just don't like nobody. How do you feel about them double backing and deciding not to like Brandy? Because that was so random to me.
It wasn't random. Brandy's an easy target. Like, Brandy she's an easy target. And that's why I said, I don't like Brandy either. Like, I'm going to be real with you. I don't like Brandy either. I just don't. But this season, and even last season, she really has not done anything. She hasn't done anything wrong. So I can't warrant this because I feel like that's messed up and that's mean because she hasn't done anything. Chantel decided to insert herself in the back and forth. And she said to stay in the child's place because that was immature and stupid of her. It's immature when either of you three go up against someone and then someone else has to jump in and fight on your behalf. And now it's a 2 against 1. Don't nobody feel like doing that all the fucking time. So yes, I did not like it. I don't think Brandy did anything wrong. I think it's messed up for all of them to do this. I think it's messed up for that to even be a situation because what did Brandy do?
It's true.
What did Brandy do? If someone can tell me what Brandy did, I will stand corrected.
They can't. And it's interesting that this these women are all like my age, basically. I believe they're all like 33, 30, something like that. So around my age range. And I just feel like I was taught to respect my elders. I was taught if I don't have nothing nice to say as it relates like to school, elders, social groups, don't say anything at all. Try not to embarrass people. And if you can avoid a confrontation, if possible, do it. And I'm just looking at them like Jackie is damn near on the road to 70. Y'all doing all of this, let your friend handle her own mama. This is too much because in real life, if I have an argument with my dad or with my mom or something, I'm not going to go and bring my friends into it or let them know every little thing. So I think Chantel needs to also learn to be quiet. It's like she's so private with every other area of her life, but then she's so vocal with her mom, which is weird. And it seems like she wants her dad to choose between her and her mom, which I feel like is probably where all of those crazy rumors about Jackie and Doug are coming from right now, because he does give me the type of man that would struggle to choose a side with their kids. But we will come back to Chantel and them later. Ming does go because she's making her rounds, inviting people on a trip. She lets Jennifer and Brandy know of the drama with the ladies. I was cracking up when Brandy made the comment, because not much happened in the scene, but Brandy made a comment referring to Brittany, Denise, and Chantel as Destiny's Child, but she said they're all Farrah. I said, Brandy. For those who are too young, because apparently I'm seeing on the internet that some of the generation don't know who Destiny's Child is, which worries me. The group went through a very public breakup after the Writings on the Wall album came out. That is where we got, I believe it was Sarah and Michelle added to the group. Sarah didn't work out, or Farrah, whatever the hell her name was, and she couldn't sing that great. Let's keep it a book. I remember that 106 in Park episode. And they ended up keeping Michelle, Beyonce, and Kelly. So Brandy referring to them as Destiny's Child, but being Sarah was the big
that is when Keely Williams got her together. I remember that. I was like, wait, what BET episode? Yes, that was supposed to be how the encore was supposed to happen. And Keely Williams shaded the hell out of her, because like the rest of us, we didn't know she actually was a credited singer on that album. We did not know that. We just thought she was a fill-in for the music video, as that was all publicly had been stated. So we never knew all of this. And so like Keely, like the rest of us, we were like, well, did you actually sing on the album? Like, were those actually your vocals? Because to our knowledge, that album was done before you brought your ass on the, I'm just saying.
A time. I love that.
I miss the times. Oh, I miss being a kid.
I do. Now, y'all, everybody arrives at Hawaii. They get there safely. I'm cracking up, though, because the budget was low. They went to Oahu, the island of Oahu. They went to Waikiki Beach, a.k.a. Honolulu. Very touristy trap area, but it's also affordable to go there. Me and my husband have been a few times. I love Hawaii. Hi, a bitch, stay winning. Welcome in. Happy Tuesday. We almost to the halfway point. But I said, y'all put them right on Waikiki. I'm wondering how they even got that together, because a lot of those hotels now are dated, unless you're at like the all-inclusives or the resorts, but they did what they did. So Ming immediately pulls aside Evelyn and Brandy to chat once they get checked in and all of those things. And Evelyn does apologize to Brandy. This is why I like Brandy, because Brandy was like, don't you got an apology for me? Because Evelyn liked to get disrespectful, but I like Brandy for not being scared of Evelyn or Shawnee ever, because she reminded her. She said, and what did you have to say to me? You're trying to find a you-know-what to give. So Evelyn ended up apologizing, which I was glad about, because it's like, she had to invite everybody. She had to find a way to get everybody in the cast basically on the same accord in the same city, because Jennifer and Evelyn are both very relevant as it relates to the show. So I didn't understand why Ed freaked out. So they make their peace. Did you have any comments about their conversation?
We can move on.
Okie dokie. Chantel caught a separate flight to Hawaii to avoid her mama. Again, why the fuck are you on the show, Nick? I need to know why you came onto a reality show that your mother has helped to keep going and build. A reality show that your mother has been a part of for 12 seasons. Why did you come on this show and then comment about how you haven't been around the group much because you're trying to avoid your mom? Because you really thought, I think she really thought in her head that these women would choose her over Jackie. It's given they had a weird argument or something off camera, and this is Chantel's revenge, because her dad probably didn't take her side this time, and so now she's mad. Like, I don't understand it. She says that she wants to talk to her mother, and she says that she's going to do it wherever, and she wants her mom to admit the things that she said and done. James, what are the things that Jackie has said and done? Because on this season, unless there's stuff that like we have not seen as viewers, Jackie has tried so hard not to talk about her daughter and to avoid this.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe we have not seen, maybe the edited version of what happened has not been shown. Maybe that's what's going on, because It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. And even in today's time, when you are coming on, Instagram, you're going at it with your sister, none of it makes sense. None of it makes sense. It's almost like, for me, I'm watching a spoiled little brat who was probably spoiled by both parents until one of them, which was probably Jackie, felt she was doing too much and you started getting a little mouthy and she decided to pop your ass in that mouth, because that's what Black mamas did that were, of the 90s and everything like that. Black mamas, when we got mouthy, used to pop us in our mouths. And it's so unfortunate because those mamas don't exist anymore. Now, when you pop your kid in the mouth, your kid can call the police and get you arrested. Now that can happen. So I feel like, to me, if this young lady has any trauma that ties into this season or in her childhood, it's probably what I described. Because there's no other rhyme or reason that I have seen, and I've watched every episode. And I even went back to the season she came on, the season where she tried to confront Drea over Orlando Scandrick. I tried to watch that and see, okay, well, maybe there's something here. But oh no, she was all up Jackie ass at that point. I watched the season when the oldest daughter came on the show to give her experience of what was going on. I didn't see nothing there. So I'm so confused as to what do you want us to see? What are we missing? You can come on Watch Your Mouth Reviews. I will give you my floor for 20 minutes to explain to me what your mom has did on this season and before to make it make sense for me to leave you the hell alone and not go at you every time I do this recap with my best friend here. Because it does not make sense, and I'm getting tired of talking about this.
Yep. I think we all are. She doesn't realize she's not coming off as clear. And production does play with editing and will keep stuff from us that we don't see. But 9 times out of 10, we get to see like the root or
it's
like
something.
what we need
we'll
to
get
know.
Like
we
a
would
little,
know.
Yeah, a small something. Like something that would at least make us like an inkling to say, oh, okay, I could kind of see where this is going. I don't need any more. Usually it's that. They have shown us nothing. Absolutely nothing. So I'm done. I can't with her anymore. Like I just can't. Shani, if this was your doing, which I don't believe it was, but if this was your doing, you failed. This was
if you don't believe it was Shani's doing, then you got to work on your discernment. Shani knew what she was doing.
I don't believe it was all her. You know why I don't believe it was Shani? Let me tell you why I don't believe it was Shani. Now, do I believe it may have been brought to her and she gave an okay? Yes, I do believe that happened. I do believe she was one vote. Absolutely. But I feel like it was something else. I feel like somebody else mentioned her name and it got around the whole site, because that's how I think the casting works. In normal circumstances, it works like that. There's a whole room full of people and then everyone has to vote yes. And, that's usually how that goes. And I feel like she was one vote. I don't think she brought the idea to bring Chantel on the show. I don't believe that at all. I believe she said yes to her being, because she's a basketball wife. Jackie's her mama. It makes sense. There's some drama here.
The thing of it is, I wouldn't put it past Shani just based on like the things that she's okay with in her personal life, in her marriage, and other things that she's been okay with on this show. I mean, she thanks someone for their services just because they did their job in an argument and didn't kiss her ass. So I definitely think Shani had something to do with it. It's her show. So the fact that it's her show, I hold her just as responsible as anybody else. Shayna said, I don't know what's going on anymore. Child.
Nobody does.
I think we're getting close to Chantel getting the shit knocked out of her, though.
I'm waiting for that. VH1, please do not fail us. Please do not fail us like y'all did when it came to Brooke and Jackie's fight, because we never did see how that one transpired, and all we saw was hair all over the place and a shirt being ripped. That's all we saw. So I need to see in full-fledged what happened, who did it, and why.
That's right. She said, let me know when the daughter get popped. It's funny because Chantel is doing all of this to steal her mom's thunder and shine because she's got some weird childish like aggression and trauma towards her. But it's like the way that she's behaved on this show, At first, we were happy to see like Jackie get held accountable by her daughter. That's what we thought was going to happen. Now that the season has aired and what we've seen so far, people are fixing and waiting on Jackie to pop her upside her head. We waiting on it because you cannot act this way. Child, Jackie better give it to her good too.
It's the ass whooping she probably didn't give her that she needed as a kid. I'm telling you.
Yep.
Like I said, 90, and and maybe she did get away with it because people were scared to hit their light-skinned kids that when they was babies, because as soon as you hit them, they get a bruise on them and stuff. The white people ready to call the police on you. So they didn't do that back then. I'm telling you, I have a 90s mom. Like my mom I was born in 90. My mom raised me. My mama whooped my ass. I'm telling you, every chance she got. My mama whooped me in Safeway on aisle 4 in the frozen food section right up there on Foothill. And it's crazy that I used to work at that store. And every time I walk down that aisle, I can visually see my mom had one of the purses, where the straps click off and you can make a belt out of it. My mama whooped my ass right next to it because I wanted a cap gun and she wouldn't buy it for me.
I didn't have to get whooped in public. I'm so glad. I was actually pretty well behaved as a kid, but my little sister was so bad they had to get her one of those leashes in the 90s for the kids, and she was forever getting whooped in Safeway. Safeway is common in the Bay Area for those who may not have heard or seen it.
It's a very common grocery store. It was one that everybody shopped at before they started getting all the other little stores y'all have today. But it was one that, your parents frequent all the time. I worked in it, and when I tell you, I had trauma because my mom she was one of the people, she would whoop my ass in public. And I never did act out as a kid. That was probably the one time I did it. But I think that was the one time, like, I didn't go into a store and not get anything. Like, I was used to my dad getting me something. I was used to my grandmother buying me something because I would go to the toy section and they would always do it. My mom wasn't one of them people. My mom was all like, put that shit back. That's what my mom was. My mom was like, put that shit back. And I wasn't used to hearing that. I was used to hearing like, okay, James, here it is. Put it back. Because I was a good kid. So it would confuse me when my mom would be like, put that shit back. And I'm a good kid. So yeah, I acted out. And she whooped my ass. And I think that's what's wrong with, I think that's wrong with her. I think she escaped ass whoopings. I do. She right our age. She would have got them in the 90s. Come on.
She would have. But she, she probably, stop it. Sit down. Come on. I'm so sorry. See, that's why I don't be on camera.
That's okay. That made me miss my puppy when I used to bring him on camera.
So I didn't ask for this. Cats do what they want, y'all. But yeah, everyone comes together. Chantel makes this big, grand, dramatic entrance. And she comes in with an attitude. Mind you, the trip probably could have went okay if these three did not show up. Like, they are the problem and they are the drama. I think the rest of the women, like the OGs, they understand how to have, they understand how to have a beef, but they also understand like this is a job, move on. I don't have to talk to these hoes for half the year if I don't want to. These new women, like James said, it does seem like they're just trying to take over, and it's not cute to walk into somewhere, boy, with the stank attitude. For what? If you want to have resolution, I'm not saying your attitude has to be the best and you have to be like chipper and ready, but to walk in so stank when you haven't seen these ladies with having a bunch of beef, like Chantel, where's your respect for the other women? Brandy apologized and everything was cool with her. Denise says something to you. Now you just mad at her. Evelyn was defending you and going hard for you in front of your face. Denise, you heard that she said something. Now you suddenly don't like Evelyn. Chantel is weak-minded and lacks intelligence, which is probably why she's committed to a career of doing what her mama did and marrying men who got it. What do you got while you doing all of this at the dinner table? Because ain't no way no woman who has her own mind and finances is going to act the way that this little girl is acting. It irks my soul. Brandy, Evelyn starts out saying immediately that she wants to have a private conversation with Chantel. Chantel didn't really address that too much. Brandy then comments and says that she's happy to see that Chantel has arrived and is trying to be nice because they're all looking at Chantel like a child. And that's the thing, Chantel, like, she doesn't understand that you can be 31 all you want, but there's always someone 31 years older than you. There's always somebody who has been here before you. So they're not looking at you like they're equal because you will never be their equal. You could be their child. And it's weird that she wants that. It's a little strange. But Brandy apologizes again for her part in the things that have gone wrong with Chantel and her mom, even though I don't feel like it was Brandy's fault at all. Chantel then addresses the group in a very nasty way. And I'm like, okay, so you want these women to side with you over your mom, right? So then why are you questioning everybody at the table as if they've done it when you really want to talk to your mama? It was childish. Who here called me impressionable? And I'm just like, girl, you're mad that you're impressionable? That's what we're mad about today? You flew 5 hours to Hawaii from California to sit down at a table and throw a fucking bitch fit because somebody called you impressionable. Negro, you are impressionable. Because everything that she's mad about, someone else told her. She didn't experience it. Jackie did not say anything negative about her. She tried to side with you, and you chose to side with the opposite of your family. Nobody's done anything to this girl, and she's so angry. So she starts the issues with everybody, and everyone's like, well, who said this? And Denise is sitting there silent, knowing that she's the root of all of these problems. And I have zero respect for Denise. Zero respect for Denise. Because why, girl? Why would you do that? Denise says that she did it. Jackie did say something about Chantel. It was not that she was impressionable. Jackie actually said that she's upset to see that Chantel is being manipulated by the women, which I can understand why that statement would upset Chantel, because I do think that Chantel had a problem with her mom prior to these women. And Jackie saying that Chantel was manipulated is basically not acknowledging her part in things and deflecting. So I do understand Chantel there, but this is not a conversation she should have had at a dinner table full of people on Waikiki Beach. This is a conversation she should have had off camera and probably with her dad present, honestly, because I don't understand why she would bring that up. So Chantel just ruined the trip before it began. But there's more that happens, because Chantel then says it's ironic that Brandy feels that she started the issues with Jackie and her when they were always around each other. And Chantel says that it triggers her. So basically, Chantel is mad that Brandy is hanging out with Jackie, who Brandy has known for years, over Chantel. She doesn't feel like people can support her and also be there for her mom. That's what I got from it. That is the dumbest and most childish thing that anybody can say. Brandy, what is she supposed to step in and get in between this and stop talking to Jackie because she saw her act dismissive of her child once? Why do you want them to stop talking to your mom for nothing, but you're okay with them continuing to talk to your mom after what she actually did to your sister? So I'm just saying, it's okay as long as it's not Chantel being hurt. She's just like her mom, y'all. She's just like her mom, and she's mad that the internet saw it. And if you're triggered, then don't come around the group, Chantel. That's the other thing. So she tries to talk to Jackie about her issues. Jackie says that she's not going to do this with her daughter. She said this is not the way that she's going to do it, and she's not going to do it. And she gets up to walk away. They tried to get Jackie to stay. I don't blame Jackie for leaving, because Chantel is not smart. I'm sorry, a slow ant could see that her goal with these other women was, oh, we're going to have her finally show up at an event, and it's going to be a scene, and we're going to do all of this, and Jackie's going to look stupid. Jackie said, I'm not doing this shit with you heifers. And left, because it's not the way to have a conversation. And even Ming had to acknowledge that the way that Chantel went about this was wrong. Brandy acknowledged it. Hell, Evelyn acknowledged it. This is not the way that you resolve issues with anybody. You have to speak one-on-one. It has to be genuine. So Chantel then says that Jackie's deflecting, even because she refuses to acknowledge this conversation they should not have in front of the group. Brandy asked Chantel a good question, and this is why you need to appreciate Geminis, because we are very cut and dry and to the point. We're going to ask you bluntly. She said, Chantel, what do you want? And I know Brandy wanted to be like, baby, what do you want? What is it? Because nothing satisfies Chantel. It's like she just wants to berate and complain and bitch and complain and berate and complain. And it doesn't make sense. Chantel says that all she wants is for her mom to admit that she said she was impressionable, which is stupid. And let me tell y'all why. Because the whole reason you haven't been around this group is not because your mom called you impressionable. It's because you have deep-seating family issues that have caused you significant trauma, which is why she hasn't met your husband, even though you still moved in the same building to be close to her to have help with the kids. But why? That's what you want from your mom, for her to admit that she called you impressionable? I speak for all YouTube recappers and your mama and the audience watching Basketball Wives when I say you are impressionable. You are. You absolutely are. I'm just like, what? And Brandy then asked the follow-up question, where did this come from? Who told you this? Because who is getting involved with your drama? Because you're mad at me and Evelyn, right? Brandy had a good point. She's mad at her and Evelyn. But she's not mad at the people who are keeping the pot boiling, simmering, stirring, and going. So it comes out that it was Denise who said that. And Denise speaks up. And Brandy and Evelyn say that they're inserting themselves and making it worse, which is the truth. Chantel says that if Jackie apologized and meant it, that they could be good. But in my opinion, Chantel used coming on television, again, as a way to have vengeance towards her mom. She thought that she could steal the show. I want to see Chantel, Brittany, and Denise put them hoes. I wish they would have kept Basketball Wives Orlando. Or we should have like OG Basketball Wives if Shawnee was smart business-wise. OG Basketball Wives, like the older ones. And then we should have the young Basketball Wives, because we are at that time where there's like a generation change. So these women don't fit in with 55-year-old Jennifer. Okay? And 60-something-year-old Jackie. They don't. I promise you that the Three Stooges would not behave this way if they were on a cast full of women their own age, because the women would get sick of it and snatch their ass up like they was fighting in the street. But I'm annoyed with Chantel. I think she's spoiled and entitled. I'd like to get your opinion out, James.
You would like to get my opinion? Okay. So, Chantel, it is crazy to me how you are angry for your mother calling you impressionable. But what Brandy just did was the ultimate gotcha of you being impressionable. Because she asked the question, what did we do? And the fact of the matter is, you couldn't give them a solid answer. But you were influenced by your messy ass girlfriend sitting across from you and believing the bullshit that she brought you without you even fact checking to see if it could have been true or false. That's what makes you impressionable. And the fact that Brandy was smart enough to do it and not nobody caught on to that is what makes Brandy brilliant in this scene. That's what makes Brandy brilliant in this scene, because Brandy just proved your mama's point. And you don't even realize she did that. So now when you look at this on camera, you got to feel stupid now. And if the rest of the audience did not get that, I can't believe that went over your heads, because literally Brandy just proved the point that Jackie just made.
Yep.
Brandy literally just did it.
She was smart. That's what I'm saying. Like, Geminis are analytical as hell. And when we speak, there's been heavy thought put into it, which some people don't like. And that was the smartest thing she could do.
I don't even think there needed to be heavy thought, because I think Brandy sized her up from the get-go and just needed an opportunity to prove that point, whatever it was. I think that Jackie making that point and saying it, because I believe Jackie said it. I do. I believe Jackie said it. I believe Jackie.
They rolled the clip back.
Huh?
They rolled the clip back. Jackie.
Okay, I didn't see it.
Yeah, they said she didn't say it as bad as Denise said it. She just said she felt like the girls had manipulated Chantel in a moment, basically, that she was upset and vulnerable, which she was. But Denise painted it to her as if Jackie was like talking shit about her own child and like, she's just so impressionable, like she needs me, when she hasn't done that. You don't fuck with people's relationships. That's like it make my teeth itch.
It's like, Chantel, you got to feel stupid after watching this. You have to feel like, damn, Denise played me. You have to feel like this. Like, because if you don't and you still friends with this lady after all of this, you're stupid.
The thing of it is, I think that Denise and Brittany are, they're just not the best examples of basketball wives. For one, they was barely girlfriends, but also I think that misery loves company, and Chantel needs to really look into that statement because they seem miserable. Brittany don't like her own mom and is talking about that's why she's so triggered.
Right, which can make
there are millions of people who have issues with their parents. I am estranged from my mom. I did not feel triggered watching this. So I'm like, just because you have your own issues doesn't mean that you're going to get it, people. But let me catch the comments before they fill up real fast. A bitch day when it said, I'm definitely on Jackie's side when it comes to her and her disrespectful daughter. Preach. Everyone's calling her disrespectful. Where's Doug?
Yeah. Where is Doug? Doug probably is one of those. I'm telling you, he give me one of them dads that he gonna sugarcoat the situation and not be on Jackie's side. I could just see that happening. I can just see it happening.
And she did not say it like that at all. She did not. A bitch stay with it. Denise is messy, and that pisses me off. I would never get involved. Like, all of my friends have vented to me who are close to their parents about their parents at one time or the other. I would never be like, oh, your mama's effed up, or yeah, you need to put your daddy in his place. You need to, like, that's where you really just are the space for people to vent. You listen. You listen. And if you don't know what to do, then ask them how to support them, okay? But you listen. But you got to be very careful with that. The bitch they would have said, yes, those families, especially if they're on the same show, should be off limits, but they put themselves on the show. That is such a good comment because it reminds us also, Chantel put herself on this fucking show.
She sure did.
You put yourself here, and now you expect us to feel sorry about you having to be in the same space as your mama. You don't have to be in the same space, but I haven't seen Chantel do any effort. To solve a problem, it takes two. It's 50-50. So Chantel, it seemed like she just wants Jackie to come kiss her ass, but it's like, what are you doing? Have you called a therapist with your husband's basketball money to go work some stuff out with your mom and family therapy? Have you called a life coach, a Reiki healer, bitch, the yoga instructor, somebody?
Not the Reiki healer.
She stressed me out. Something. She hasn't made any efforts to make peace. Like, I don't understand that. Like, if I were to ever speak to my mother again, I would do it with a therapist, just the two of us. Like, I feel like if you want something to be peaceful and you want something to go well, then you put the effort in. And it's like, she just wants Jackie to. I can't stand it. Shani said, ooh, snap twin, you on I don't be coming on camera, y'all, because I don't be feeling like camera ready when I get off work and stuff. But I've had some feedback on my channel, and some of the people want to see my face. I don't know why, but here I am, motherfuckers. So I'm here without a bra, but I'm present and accounted for. Hallelujah. Let me see. She said, I can't stand either one of the clear ladies. Yeah.
I had to think
Doug
about
is probably an offhand. Huh?
I had to think about that. Who else was clear on the show other than Denise? But I got you.
We don't like her.
Yeah.
You know, like, and she one of them chicks. I'm looking at her. I feel like she's also, and don't attack me for this, y'all. I feel like Denise is also one of them women who are not like us. You feel me? I feel like she's one of them. She culturally appropriates in several ways.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It really irritates
me. Kardashian enigma. Yes, absolutely. 100%. Yeah. 100%. I agree with that 100%. She definitely Angel Brinks 2.0. Absolutely.
Angel Brinks, at least you could tell, like, for the most part, Angel Brinks wasn't messy. She was a dingbat when it came to the boys, but she wasn't messy. Denise is evil. I'm telling y'all, something wrong with her. BBIL. She said, I think it makes it so much more personable when you actually show your face, but I like it either way. You're so sweet. That's honestly what most of it was. Like, I want to smoke with you. I want to see you. So I'm like, okay, I'm here for y'all. So that's what the people want. That's what the people want. I will do it. But I'm shy and I'm not putting on a full face to be here. Absolutely not. Lord, but that was the episode. We're on episode 9, and I really want to know when the end is coming.
We're on episode 9, and I'm ready for it. I really want to know when that fight is coming. That's the shame. That's toxic. That's toxic as hell of me to say this, y'all. But I want to see that fight so bad.
We all do. You're not toxic. Shani said Denise just want to get camera time and a daytime paycheck, right? Because I know the child support running low. I know she didn't get much. She said I totally
by her house, which I'm questioning, by the way. I need to see the mortgage payment. I need to see something. Because ain't no way she in that big ass. What does she do for a living? Do we even know? While she's sitting over there trying to be messy on the show? Denise, what do you do for a living?
I want to know when we're going to see Brittany pray. Because, you know, in Islam, you're supposed to pray. No, here, don't laugh at me. Hear me out. Hear me out. Even if you're not wearing the hijab, right? When I was Muslim, there were sometimes I didn't wear the hijab. But, like, I would repent in my prayers. You're supposed to pray 5 times a day. I grew up Muslim, for those who don't know. I would have to step out of class because they had to acknowledge religion, put my prayer mat on the floor, and pray. And the kids would be like, the hell is she doing?
You were still practicing the religion in high school?
No.
Okay,
no.
I don't remember that.
No, not at all. High school, that's when I discovered weed and boys. It was over. Oh Lord, but I'm cracking up at this.
I had a girlfriend in high school. I had no chance.
That girlfriend's doing big things. Shout out to her.
Shout out to her. I miss her. No, I'm just kidding.
A bitch they would have said, I think she's better than black ladies. And I was calling Brittany the other clear lady because her mom is clear. Yeah. Brittany, how would you feel if can someone bring Brittany's mom on the show and then get involved in Brittany and her mom shit the way that Brittany's getting involved in Chantel and her mom shit? And we'll see how Brittany likes it. Can't stand her in a hijab, out of a hijab, wearing a fro that look half fake. I don't understand it. I'm sick of her. The bitch is famous for spreading it low and dropping it wide, and I can't. Shani said that daughter is horrible. I thought she was mad at Jackie because Jackie didn't stand up and fight Brandy for her. But then at the dinner, she was saying something different. Exactly. Twin, have you seen Brittany's Instagram later? I regret to inform you all that I do not follow Brittany Renner on the Instagram.
No, if the Shade Room posts her every now and then, I'll take a look. From what I understand, she ain't wearing her hijab no more. We see her wearing them tight dresses again. We see, I saw her with a silk press not that long ago on the Shade Room, just posted of her. So, I mean, apparently, was it for stunts? Because to me, I would be offended. And for all of my Muslim brothers and sisters out there, I stand with you in being offended on your behalf as well, because that is disrespectful. Very disrespectful.
I just want to see her pray once. I want
to know. She did at the beginning.
Does she do it in Arabic? Does she, what does she do?
No, she definitely didn't do it. No,
Where's the baby? Will we ever see her kid on the show? I don't know anything. We got to really stop, the younger generation, because anybody, I would say 30 and up, probably not so much. We really have to stop promoting the Krishan Rocks and Brittany Renners, the bitches who are just pregnant or just famous. So ignorant stuff.
I just found out who that was.
Who? Krishan Rock?
Yes.
Oh, you're lucky.
I just found out who that was. And what's funny is my sister-in-law was like, she's the girl that's missing the right tooth, and that be smiling all the time and on Instagram. I'm sure you've seen it. And I said, oh, she actually has a name. Okay, I got you. Now I know who
she has a name.
No, because I'm like, I'm like, does she think that's cute or something? Like, why does she keep
The
smiling?
girl has unaddressed alcoholism as well as probably mountains of trauma that no therapist has enough schooling to unpack.
Gotcha. Okay. I'll look at that story more then, because I didn't know who that was. I really didn't.
Shani said, I do not follow her either, but she has a totally new outfit now, or should I say half of it?
I told you, yes, the Shade Room just posted that shit on a very tight, small, short dress. So, yeah.
And nothing's wrong with dressing that way. So all you sensitive net bangers, stay the fuck away from me. I bite back. It's just when you're practicing a religion that believes the woman should be covered up because her body is for her man, that's where it gets a little shifty. Like if she wants to dress and do what she does, I'm fine with it. But just don't bring religion that some people really dedicate and, you know, follow. It's not okay.
It's not.
I remember we were in the cab and my mother was sitting in the front and she and the cab driver started praying together in Arabic. Yes, I love that.
Mm-hmm.
That was me and my dad. Some of my favorite memories growing up as a child, praying with my dad in Arabic. And at the end of it, as if I would never remember, he'd be like, you know your name, Arabic? You're going to be somebody important. Hasn't happened yet. Sorry, Dad, but thanks for subscribing. Let me see here. Stop the madness, James. She is a Cancer online.
I'm not online, the bitch they win. I'm not online. I'm not like, I tell y'all, I live under a rock. I live like I still live in 1998. Like, I am not with the times. Like, when I do my updates videos, it's because Mrs. Best has sent me something.
I'm going to vouch for him because I always sit quietly when he says that or giggle off camera. I would say 95% of the time that James is online, in recent times, it's because of myself and Shayna.
Yes.
We may have taken the YouTube thing a step further and became friends and are now this trio of people. And yeah, his pop culture and popular opinions, all of it, it just be stuff that me and Shayna be sent to him at all hours of the day and the night. But James don't post. He'll go on vacation and I'll be so irked. I'll be like, how was your vacation? And I'll have to luckily he's a writer and can describe something to you.
Yes.
But other than that, we'll be lucky to get like a photo. Like I remember when you were in Miami, you posted a photo in a bar. I was like, look at God.
Girl, it was funny. I have like a whole dedication of a folder in my phone. And the only reason why I posted that is because the guy asked me to, the bartender at the club asked me to post it and I forgot to tag him in it. So I just posted it.
I'm working on him a bitch stay with it. He gonna get there. Because
I'm going to get there. I promise you, I'm going to get there. I'm just not a social media person. I'm just not like I have it. I have like, to be honest, me and Gio aren't even friends on Facebook. We're not even friends on Facebook. Like, so
look at my face.
Like I don't. It was funny because I didn't notice it until maybe like 3 or 4 days ago when I'm like, he came up on my like friend suggestion, and I said, "Babe, why aren't we friends on Facebook?" He was like, "I don't know," and I'm like, "I never noticed it." He goes, "You never brought it up, so I didn't think it was an issue." And I said, "Oops, yeah, that's an issue. We need to." I don't think
some people aren't in the social media. My husband does music. Sometimes I have to tell him, like, you dropped an EP. You might want to post something, you know? And he'll look at me. I
feel like that's why I'm not a New York Times bestseller, is because I don't post my books. Like, I did for a little bit, but that's because my marketing strategist told me to do it, but I didn't follow her instructions. So I just posted and just said, hey,
why didn't you follow the ladies'
hashtags, didn't put anything. I'm telling y'all, I'm in my own way when it comes to social media. Like, I want to get there. I want to be great at content, especially because I'm about to start real estate pretty soon. So I want to get there, but it's like, it's too much time. I don't have the time.
You gotta find the time.
I need to get an assistant. Maybe the assistant. These days, assistants know everything. But yeah, I'm working on it. Like, they're working with me. They're trying to keep me up to date. It's a hard thing to do, it is a hard thing to do. Mrs. Best tries every day, and I have to give it to her. She does a great job. I'm just slow.
He'll get there, and I know that. Even before, damn it.
You're like, lady, I want attention.
Right. He's like, rub me. Shandy said, twin, did you hear about Heavenly and Quad for Married to Medicine? I heard about Heavenly.
I heard about Heavenly
for Georgia representative, which I believe would make her like a congressional person, which worries me. I not surprised, and I think she'll actually do okay running, oddly, because Heavenly's intelligent. Off camera, it's a different person.
I feel like people don't give Heavenly her credit. I think because her persona on Married to Medicine, I think people that shies away from how smart that woman actually is. So I feel, and I can see it. I see it very clearly because Heavenly reminds me of my mom. She does. She reminds me exactly of my mom. My mom's a brilliant woman, but my mom also has her moments where, she kind of pushes the knife a little bit and is really, But at the end of the day, my mom's a brilliant woman. I think Heavenly is a very smart woman, and I think that honestly, she will do great. I really do think if she wins. So yeah.
You have to have a certain level of professionalism to even like make it toward advanced schooling, like once you get into that mold. So I do feel like, and I've always said this about Heavenly, that she puts on and acts crazier than she is on camera. But she would be successful in her.
It pushes the envelope further. There's no way she would be a doctor and still have a successful practice if she wasn't professional. I'm sorry, y'all. That lady has built and sold 9 dental practices. Do y'all know how hard that is?
She also gives back to the community, is very active, and does a lot within Georgia. So it doesn't surprise me. Now that
surprises me.
Now this surprises me. Quad is educated though. However, Quad's degree don't got nothing to do. If I have someone who's going to be my campaign manager, I want your degree to be in something related to, even if it was the hospitality industry, I would want your degree to be in something like marketing, but I would definitely want your degree to be in political science.
Political science. No, I need you to have a master's at the very least.
Top of the list.
I need you to have represented someone who's actually won.
Yes. Now, Quad is smart, but Quad is also extremely disconnected and intentionally ignorant at times. I don't know.
Image consultant, I can see. Like if she was an image consultant, I can see that because directly Quad does speak very well and is very astute. And I can see
talk well. That's about it.
She's good with her. She's good with comebacks too. So yeah.
I can't see. I want to see Heavenly in a debate.
Me too.
She said, I think it's a storyline.
It's a storyline. It could be one of her storylines, but she really is doing this. Like her name is on the ballot. She really is doing this.
Crazy. It's crazy. Georgia got a lot going on. Mm-hmm. And did you hear that Amy from Love and Hip Hop supposedly broke up with her man? We did. Did we speak about it on your thingy yesterday? Your unpopular opinion? I don't remember.
I touched on it just slightly. I said, because my point to Jock and Kendra was, why not just go to full force? Look at Amy and look at Dwight Howard. They went full force and both filed papers. Where is y'all paperwork if y'all gonna put all this shit in the media? Let me see the paperwork. Now, from what I'm hearing,
is in the media. Amy and
no, I'm talking about Jock and Kendra.
Oh, nobody cares about them. They should have never got married.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that was my point to bring it. But I heard she retracted the divorce, though. I heard she retracted it because
it was confusing. I saw a post from Amy today, and she was like, "I don't get it. I don't know, but y'all gonna stop playing with the Florida courthouses. Y'all filing for divorces and not getting divorced. I'm thinking of Alexia and Todd on the Housewives of Miami. Joy and Trick. I'm just thinking of all these people that filed for divorce and still married.
Yeah,
wasted the tax dollars. Thank you, Shayna. I gave up I had this thing when I started YouTube. I was like, I'm gonna be on camera. I'm gonna have full face beat, all of this every time. I'm in graduate school right now, y'all. I also have a husband who doesn't know how to cook, a very demanding cat, as you see, and I work full time. So I was like, you know what? Something got to give. So I'm going to just come as I am in the house. That's what it is. And welcome back. Welcome back. You guys subscribe to Shayna's channel. The link to both of them are in the description of this video, as well as some other fabulous Black creators. We're going to always highlight creators of color on this channel. Why not?
Yes, absolutely.
Good content. Let me see here. Both of them are ghetto. Both of them are going to be like Jasmine Crockett. Jasmine Crockett, I do agree with that, and a lot of people disagree with me on that. And for me, it's not so much about politics. Make your point, but do it without all of this. And I was laughing when she called him a bad built butch.
But to Heavenly's defense, like her first commercial campaign video did not have all of that. So I kind of feel like, even though, and I'm not taking up for Heavenly, y'all. I told you I have a love-hate relationship with Heavenly. I do, Dr. Heavenly. I have a love-hate relationship because I understand her. I do. And I understand why Bravo keeps her. I understand that as well. But what I don't want to take away from her based on her actions is her accomplishments and the fact that I know that she's a great businesswoman and that she can push that envelope. I think that we get distracted by her character on Bravo. And I think that that's where we kind of have to put that aside, because she does do a lot for her community, and she does open up a lot of educational factors to people outside of even dentistry. So
let me say this though. If we're going to criticize Heavenly, we are currently about to go into a recession. The previous president was handled an effed up administration to work with, because the president who we have now is messing up stuff, beefing with billionaires, changing his mind, deporting his own citizens. The cost of everything is up.
Yeah.
So, I mean, at this point, with what's already in Congress, White House as a whole, from the president to the House of Representatives to the White House secretary, they all is acting a doggone fool. So at this point, if a felon can do it, let whoever. It doesn't mean she'll win. I don't really think she'll win. That sounds bad, but I don't. But we'll see what happens with that. Not look at the president. Let Heavenly run.
I agree. Like to me, I agree with that. It's like she can't do no work. So it's like, and as I said, a lot of people don't see her outside of Married to Medicine. Like I do. I watch her YouTube. I go on her website. I see the bookings that she says, hey, come to this event, get this knowledge. Hey, come to this event, get this knowledge on real estate. Hey, come to this knowledge, get this business, learn how to open this business. Hey, get this knowledge, learn how to write off things on your taxes. Heavenly does pop-up shops all the time, and they're always educational. So that's why I said I don't think that this is a bad thing. I don't think that she really is running this to make a name for herself. I think she really is doing this to help the community and help her people. And I feel like it's a smart move on her part, especially when she does all these things without anything in return. It's free to go to her events.
That's the truth.
All of her events were free. So I feel like for me, I don't know. I just feel like that's the right person to do it. I want, like, yes, she could be ignorant on TV, but that's what the purpose of the show is.
That's the truth. Not new Batman was scared. I cannot. When Jock had the first baby on her, she should have run for the door and never looked back. Oh, Lord. How did we get there? If you have StreamYard, you can always put on a makeup filter. That's true. At this point, I'm like, I don't care. I'm too tired to care, child. That's the truth. That was a cat. Thought it was a dog. Now you must be crazy high. My cat is big. He's 13 pounds, and he is demanding attention because my husband fell asleep, and he can't go without attention. I'm so sorry. I want to cuss, be like, get your motherfucking ass and sit still, but I don't want to scare y'all. A bleach blonde, bad built, butch body. Well, thank you. She gives us that distraction. She doesn't give us smart, aggressive businesswoman that does philanthropy. She gives us ghetto. So that's what I go by. I think that you're going by what you see on TV, but not the whole thing. And that's the only disconnect there. Because we only see a piece of people on TV. Everybody from Heavenly to anybody on Beverly Hills, everyone acts a certain way on TV.
Yeah.
She said, y'all know I am MAGA. I am happy with the job he's done. That's why I voted for him. Y'all know I'm different. Everybody has
Everybody, hey, if that
and there's
works for
lots
you.
of people who also still feel he's doing a good
Yeah.
job. I just know he got one more time for the price of eggs to go up here in California before because we are the economy, the state.
Right. I'm about to say, yeah, if y'all feel he's doing a great job, fine. I'm not gonna, that's great.
Yeah.
It doesn't help me because, like Mrs. Best said, if the price of eggs go up one more time, we're gonna have some problems.
I'm mad at everybody because
Yeah,
I'm like, wait a second, government.
Even egg replacement costs $4.99, and I can't. You know what I'm saying? Like for me, it's hard. Like I'm by myself right now, so I got to
like government. Just a social worker here. I can only do so much. Y'all know you don't pay us shit.
Right. Exactly.
15 pounds, that ain't no cat that's dang near a lion. He is. Damn near. You don't need makeup or melanin skin. Oh, I love a bitch stay winning. Just
I love that.
I'm with James. She's on TV acting. That doesn't mean she shouldn't run. A bitch stay winning. You sound like my son. I don't have to agree with it. I'm not mad at you. Right. People be thinking just because people have a different opinion,
right,
that they become your enemy. Who cares? It doesn't affect you unless you're a politician.
Listen, how bitch they went and voted does not affect me. I'm happy it works for her. I'm hoping one day it'll work for me, but right now it ain't working for me. But I still love her and still support her 110%. I love her because she supports me.
She said eggs in Florida $2.47. Girl, they $5.99 in Oakland.
Okay, for real. Phoenix, yeah, gas is shit. I got to go to the hood to get gas because it's $2.99 there. So I got to go
$4.69 a gallon if
I miss living in Florida because I remember the gas prices being a hell of a lot lower than it is in the west part.
California has some of the worst gas prices though in the country. I don't know why I stay. I'm one of them Californians where it's like I'm probably never gonna leave, but I'm probably always gonna complain too. So there's that.
Me too, but unless I do move back to Florida, I don't. What's funny is that my mom asked me would I ever go back to Florida. I'm like, hell yeah, if I find the right opportunity, yes, because my job does have a plant in Florida, in Orlando, I believe that's where it is. I would go back to Florida. I would go right back to Florida if I could. But see, right now, my man ain't going for that. So as long as I'm still with him, I can't go as much as I want to. We did not agree.
We don't like this man, like most of California. Just keeping it real. Not saying we want. It's still a very liberal state, but in terms of him, like we don't.
Nobody claims that, man.
And like even prior to him being governor, he was the DA in San Francisco. Like he did too much. Him and Kamala, like anybody in the Bay Area, California, we don't like them. They did more harm than good. Honestly, California could probably use some changes, but can't stand that man. I'm tired of the extra taxes. Shit.
Gavin. This is where you and I gonna agree to disagree at, because I'm mad that man told me that we can't move to Florida. So that
he said no. Why?
Yes.
Has he been?
Yes, he's been, but he said no. He's not moving to no. Like he would rather go to Texas, and I said something wrong.
Oh hell no!
I'm wrong. Something wrong with this situation. Look. Because to me, it's either going to be Florida or Georgia. It's going to be one of the two. Because I got to get the hell out of Arizona. So one of the two. My job is in both places. It's also in Dallas as well, but it's in the wrong part of Texas. If I was going to go to Texas, it would be Houston. But there's no plant for me in Houston. So I'm like, fuck. And I want to go somewhere and transfer with a job because I don't want to be putting myself out there again. But yes, I want to move somewhere. Girl, when I say I'm so tired of Phoenix, I hate living here. I do. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it.
I'm sorry. Damn.
But yeah, no. No. This is where, trust me. I got to find a way to convince them some kind of way. I'm telling
Not you plotting on the live.
Look, y'all got to come on. Y'all give me some ideas. Give me something. What a bitch they went. You've been married a long time. What's your secrets? Give me some shit that I got to do. Because I'm telling you, it is hard. Yeah, that's exactly what he said. That's exactly what he said.
I'm dying. Apply for a new job with a different company in Houston.
Girl.
That's why
I like it, but here's the thing. It's safer to listen, the way this economy going, I don't know if it's even safe to do that. Like I really don't know. I'm trying to get me an extra job and be extra busy and do real estate and shit. I'm trying to do and go back to school. I'm trying to do it all. Because you need extra money. You need extra money. This summer's teaching me I need extra money.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. Arizona, ain't it crazy hot there all year round? Like the sun is just leaning on you all day.
No, it's not.
In the winter.
It's only 5 months out of the year that it's extra hot. Right now, we're going through the extra hot season, but no, after September, it's beautiful.
Child, can't get me to go back. James, maybe you could get where you get. Once you get with someone so long, like you'll start to learn them and know how to get a yes out.
Which I gotta go pick his ass up. I gotta go. So
we're done for this live because I also have to cook dinner, you guys. But I appreciate everybody for staying and chatting with us. Extra money for vacations, right. But we appreciate everybody for supporting us. We do hope that you like the video. I will be on camera more often. We'll see y'all tomorrow on my channel. And thank you, James.
Thank you. Bye, y'all.
Good night. Good night.